Do you guys enjoy that little cliffhanger I left you with in the last video? It's okay. It's okay. Because I promise I'm done playing games. I'm done playing games. What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by that title and from what I said in my last video, I am going to be talking about the job selection process for the Air Force, but specifically my experience selecting a job, because from what I've been told, my recruiter apparently lied to me. So, but I'll get there in a second. If you haven't seen my last video about my whole experience joining the military, where I took the ASVAB and went to MEPS, I highly recommend going and checking out that video first. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So like I said in my last video, when I first went and talked to a recruiter, he basically told me that mechanical and electronic jobs were high in demand in the Air Force, and if I wasn't looking to do one of those jobs, then he really wasn't going to try to work with me. When we started to meet more often, he started to ask more of like what field I was looking to go into as far as jobs go in the Air Force, and honestly, I had no idea what jobs were in the Air Force. Like specifically, I just did not know. I knew you could be a pilot, and I knew I didn't want to do that. So I just told him, you know what, whatever I qualify for, that's what I'll take. Like, I'll take what I can get. Because at that time, I knew that I wasn't going to qualify for mechanics or electronics. I know absolutely nothing about that field. So I was like, maybe, you know, I'll get a medical job or like an admin job, whatever. So before I took the ASVAB and all of that, he ended up giving me a list of all the jobs that are high in demand for the Air Force. And he basically told me that I would get to pick my top 10 jobs that I wanted. 5 of them would be just general jobs that I am interested in, and then the other 5 had to be from that list of jobs that are high in demand. I don't know if that's the same for everybody. I know that people get to choose like their top 10 jobs or whatever, but basically that's what he told me. 5 had to be ones that I wanted, and 5 had to be from the list of jobs in demand. So after I went to MEPS and my liaison gave me my list of jobs, basically I went back to my recruiter and he congratulated me and just gave me the rundown of how the whole job selection process worked. And he was like, send me a list of the jobs that you want, you know, which ones are you interested in, blah, blah, blah. So again, here are the list of jobs. Don't pay attention to any highlighting, but there are 60 total jobs that I qualified for, all of which being general, admin, or mechanics. Mechanical jobs I qualified for. Now let me tell you, God works in mysterious ways, because when I was praying about this and talking to him about it, I specifically said, God, I don't want to work with a bunch of females, and I don't want to work in customer service. Well, guess what? Your girl got exactly what she asked for. I say that because it's not so much that I'm in any of the female drama that, you know, I currently have at work, because the whole office is all female. And it's not me that's in the drama, it's just the drama amongst themselves that I just don't want to deal with. Every job that I've had that is like predominantly female, it just doesn't end well. There's too much going on, there's too much drama, too much I just don't want to deal with it. And the whole customer service thing, you guys already know my current situation with my job. It's not happening, I just don't want to do it. So on the bus ride home, my recruiter asked me what were my top 5 jobs. He just told me what are my jobs that I'm interested in, you know, send it to him. So I sent him my top 5, which of course, none of them were mechanics. They were general and admin jobs only. So please tell me if this is a lie and if this is something that everybody's gone through, or if this is just something that my recruiter lied to me about. But basically he was just like, I can't get you any of those jobs. Mechanical jobs and electronic jobs are in demand, and pretty much if you don't pick one of those, then I can't get you any other job. So I was like, but you're a recruiter. Like, how are you gonna say that you can't get me one of the? So I'm confused, and I'm like, well, if I have to be, you know, in a mechanical job, I just don't. I'll wait. Like for the 5 that I sent, the general and admin jobs, I will wait for those. Like, it's no problem, because he did say if those jobs that I picked aren't available, then I have the ability to wait. I have the ability to be in the DEP program, which stands for Delayed Entry Program, and that lasts for up to a year, that I can wait for a job. So I was like, okay, well, if these jobs aren't available and you can't give me those, then I have no problems waiting. And he responded and he was like, oh, there's no waiting for jobs. Then what is the DEP program even for? So everything was good up until this point, and there was just a lot of going back and forth and just a lot of frustration and miscommunication. And I was under the impression that if the jobs that I wanted were not available, I could be in the DEP program for up to a year to wait for those jobs. Of course, I would never wait that long for a job, for just one job. I think that's why they give you 5 options or 10 options essentially. But basically they give you those options so that you're not just focused on one job. So I was going, back and forth, and I was just saying, like, if I end up with a mechanical job, like, I don't want to do it. I'm just gonna wait for one of the jobs that I wanted. So at one point he ends up calling me before I had to go to work, and he's just like, so I can get you this job, this job, this job, and they're all mechanics. And I was just like, I don't understand why I have to pick a mechanical job. Like, this was not informed to me. Yes, you said that they were high in demand, but you did also give me the option to wait and be in the DEP program. Essentially, I was just like, look, if you can't get me these jobs, then I don't see a reason for us to keep communicating. And if you can't get me these jobs, then who can? Because I'm telling you right now, I don't want a mechanical job. Like, it is what it is. Then he's like, okay, well, if you're not going to take a mechanical job, then I'll just go ahead and submit your DEP discharge paperwork right now. And I'm like, discharge? What are you talking? Like, what does that even mean? And he was just like, well, since you haven't officially like sworn in, because technically your official swearing is right before you ship out to basic. When you go to MEPS for that last time, that'll be the initial point where you do officially swear into the military. Now, he told me that because I hadn't officially sworn in yet, that he would be able to discharge me from being in DEP. So technically I'm in the delayed entry program right now because I haven't selected a job. So he was just basically threatening me to discharge me from DEP, the military, everything, because I didn't want to pick a mechanical job. So I was just like, you know what? I don't want to make any decisions right now over the phone. Let's just schedule a time for me to come and meet with you in your office. So fast forward, we got everything straightened out. Basically, he told me that even though I was supposed to pick 10 jobs that I wanted, essentially I was going to get a mechanical job regardless because I didn't qualify high enough for an electronic job. Despite what I had put down on my preference sheet for jobs, it didn't matter because I qualified for mechanics, so I was going to get a mechanical job. Your girl qualified for mechanics. Listen, here's my problem with this, everyone. I purposely did not study for mechanics or electronics because I was like, you know what? I don't want that job. Like, whatever, just thinking I'm just gonna get an admin or general job and be sitting like little desk job, like whatever. No, not even close. So, I get it. He's a recruiter, he's just trying to get the contract. Say what you gotta say to get that contract. I get it, I'm in sales. So, I mean, overall, after talking with him, I was more open to the idea of having a mechanical job. So, just last week, he calls me and he's like, hey, I got your ship date. You're shipping out May 14th, blah, blah, blah. And so I asked him, I was like, okay, so what does this mean? Like, what's my job? He tells me mechanical aptitude area, which if you're in the Air Force, you already understand what that means. But let me explain it for people who are not a part of the military. When he first brought this up to me, basically it sounds as if you qualify for this large range of mechanical jobs. So if you specifically pick mechanical aptitude area as like a job, I guess, you're basically like a free agent. They can put you wherever they need you in the mechanical field, despite what you put on your preference sheet. If you pick mechanical aptitude area, they can put you anywhere, okay? Now here's a part where I felt like he may have been lying. So if you are familiar with this, please let me know in the comments if this is true or not. But he told me that I won't be able to pick a specific mechanical job until I'm at basic, like towards the end of basic training. That's when they'll give me a list of all the mechanical jobs that I qualify for, and that's when I hand select 5, like my top 5, and they basically put me in one of those. Whichever one I guess is more in demand. Now, my cousin who is in the Air Force, enlisted, she told me that that is not true. And yes, I will be able to like hand select my top 5 mechanical jobs that I want. But essentially it's the military. They put you where they need you. So it really doesn't even matter, I guess, where I'm going. So to clarify, my job in the Air Force will be undetermined until I get to basic training, I guess. But otherwise, I'm a free agent for mechanical jobs. Your girl qualified for mechanics. Me, of all people. Listen, if you're shocked, I am as shocked as you were when I found out that I even qualified for mechanics. But to find out that I'm definitely going to have a mechanical job, can you see me like fixing like parts of a jet or like a tank or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know jack about mechanics, okay? And I get it. You know, the only reason why I'm more so for it now is because I know that they send you to tech school. I know that they train you on every single thing. And honestly, I wouldn't mind being a little grease monkey. You know, I am a tomboy at heart. I know it's hard to believe. Y'all don't see that side of me. You never know. I may be really good at it and love it. You know what? I could just really be good at it and love it. Let's just speak it into existence and not think negatively. I'm gonna love working in mechanics in my job. Like, but yeah, so basically, like, with this whole job selection, my recruiter told me, like, had I not qualified for mechanics, he probably wouldn't have worked with me. So maybe it's just meant to be. Maybe this is God's plan. You feel me? Your girl got what she asked for. You know, I said I didn't want to work with a bunch of females or customer service, so he was like, bet, here go mechanics. Yeah, I kind of brought this on myself. I did say whatever I qualified for, but at the same time, I didn't think that I was going to qualify for mechanics. Okay, like, but basically my job is mechanical aptitude area for now until I hand select a job. But, you know, of course I'm going to keep you guys posted once I get everything established and I get out of basic and all of that. You guys are going to hear about all of that. So if you would like to keep up with me, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And, you know, you might as well go ahead and push that bell button right next to it so you guys don't miss out on any content that I post. But that is it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and go to the gym because there's gonna be a lot of PT ahead and I'm not fully in shape right now, so better start somewhere. But thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in the next video.